Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Frugal Friday. Today we are going to talk about things that I no longer spend money on. If you are new here, my name is Megan. I am a stay-at-home frugal mom of 5 kiddos with a dog, a rabbit, and a husband too. So we are a family of 7 plus our animals. So I thought today that I would go over things I don't spend money on. I am planning a video about things I do spend money on. I do really like watching those because I think it's really interesting to see what other frugal people do spend their money on and what they don't spend their money on, because we all have different priorities. My hope with this video is that it will give you some ideas for what you can not spend money on, alternatives that you can do in order to save yourself some more money. Now, you might watch this video and everything is old news to you, and I'm really sorry, but my hope is still that you will find 1 or 2 things that are either a reminder of something that you used to do and you forgot so you can start back up, or it'll give you at least 1 great new idea to try. So let's get started. Number 1, drive-through coffee. Okay, so you're gonna hear me talk about coffee on my channel a lot. It's just one of those things that I basically survive on. I get up super early because I've got some side hustles going on. So I get up super early for some side hustles. I stay up pretty late because of my kids, and I've got little kids in between all day. So I basically love Jesus and coffee, and that's what gets me through my day. So the number 1 thing that I do not spend money on is coffee at the drive-thru. I used to get coffee at the drive-thru, and I got coffee at the drive-thru, well, I started with once a day. Then I kind of went, I need more coffee than this. So twice a day, and on a really long day, 3 times a day. If you've gotten coffee at the drive-thru lately, you can start doing the mental math on what I was spending on coffee at the drive-thru. So I figured out how to make coffee at home that I really like. I really don't like just coffee, straight coffee with nothing in it. So it took me a while to find things that I really like. I still try new things from time to time to see if I might like something better, but I definitely know how to make it at home so that I like it and I will drink it now. And I've talked in another video about how I'm in a routine of making my coffee before I actually need it. And those things all keep me out of the drive-through line, but I still get my coffee at home. So I don't spend money on coffee at the drive-thru anymore. Number 2, convenience meals. I'm not talking eating out. I am talking like the TV dinner type meals at the stores. I used to take those to work a lot, and I'd keep some on hand in case my husband wanted a quick lunch or my kids wanted to eat. And then I realized that I could make those a lot cheaper than I was buying them. So I make my kids homemade Lunchables now. I put my leftovers in the freezer, which again, I will talk about that, or have talked about that in another video, but I put my leftovers in the deep freezer because that way we can just pull it out and warm it up as well, and it makes a whole nother meal that we haven't had in a while. And I also figured out how to make and freeze sandwiches and breakfast items that were just like the convenience meals at the store, but homemade and cost me a lot less. So I no longer even go down that aisle at the grocery store. I do not get convenience meals anymore. The third thing I don't spend money on is paper products, primarily in the kitchen. I swapped out my napkins for washcloths and my paper towels for tea towels. Yeah, it takes up a little bit more space, and as you know, I'm on a journey towards a more minimalistic lifestyle. But these are things that to me are important to have. So I have a drawer of washcloths and a drawer of tea towels in my kitchen. And that is plenty for us, but we no longer are buying tons and tons of paper products. We also very rarely use paper plates now. We used to use those for lunches a lot. I'm not really sure why lunches, but I think it was just the ease of cleaning up after the kids ate. And for a very short little while there, I had daycare, and in my home, I should say, in my home, I had a daycare. And it was just so much easier to just toss the paper plates and be done with it. But it was also a lot more costly. So now, again, this takes up a little more space in my home, but it's something that's worth it to me. We have the really nice Pioneer Woman plates that we use for breakfast and dinner. And then I have these really like thin, flat Corelle plates that they're actually our old set from when we first got married over 12 years ago. And I have those for lunches or times when the dishwasher is getting full but not quite full and you know it won't fit the really big Pioneer Woman plates. I've got these really thin plates and they're easy to just slide in little places in the dishwasher, like the nooks and crannies, and it keeps us from going to paper plates. So that's what we use instead. Number 4, I do not spend money on multiple different kinds of cleaning supplies. The majority of what I clean with is either baking soda, vinegar, Blue Dawn, or Norwex. I do like the Mrs. Meyer's multi-purpose spray cleaner. I will use that as well, but everything else is a combination of those items, and I feel like it's everything very clean. It sanitizes things, it works really well, there's not a lot of scrubbing involved, and it keeps me from buying tons and tons and tons of specialized cleaning supplies. You know, the ones where you need this spray for this countertop and this spray for your bathroom and this spray is only for your kitchen. But really, between everything that I listed and the Mrs. Meyer's multi-purpose cleaner, everything is covered. And I use those 4 things, the baking soda, vinegar, Blue Dawn, and Norwex cloths I will use to clean. I use a mix of all of those or just by themselves, and that's all I have to buy. Those 4 things. I keep those on hand. I'm golden. I can clean anything in my house. Number 5 might seem a little bit silly, but we do not use the little wash poofs anymore. I'll put a little picture here so you know what I mean. We just call them poofs. We always did. For some reason, we always use those. I always had them growing up as a kid. I used them in college, and then I always got them for my kids, the little wash poofs. Well, you have to change those out every so often, and they kind of fall apart after a while, so you end up replacing them. And for a while there, especially with the kids, I had like a stockpile of them in my house because we were just going through them so quickly. Well, then a friend of mine gave me some Norwex washcloths to try. Now, I know they say that you don't have to use soap. We still use soap with them. I'm just throwing that out there. I still use soap with them, so I'm telling you what I use. I use Norwex brand washcloths. You can use whatever you'd like. If you want to just try regular washcloths, have at it. I still use the soap with mine. I know some people don't. I just can't get there mentally yet to not using soap. I get the research behind it and I get what they're saying, but I just mentally cannot get to I can't make the leap mentally to not using the soap. But we use those because they hold up. I think that's really why I like the Norwex so much, is because that holds up. My kids are not gentle kids. They are rough. And it's probably true of most kids, right? You're probably there nodding your head like, my kids too, my kids too. But I swear some people's kids just seem so gentle with things, and my kids are really rough. But these washcloths, I have not had a single one get rips in it or frayed on the edges or anything. I mean, they don't even stain. I have not even had my kids stain one of these. They are just that awesome at holding up. And for the record, I am not a Norwex consultant, so if you're looking for Norwex, you'll have to go elsewhere. I'm sorry. I'd find a consultant or go to the website, and I think it helps you to find one, but I'm not a consultant. So I'm not putting a plug out there for my own business or anything like that. I really love Norwex, I guess is all it is. So I love their washcloths, and then you can wash them and reuse them. I have not had to replace any washcloth. The last thing that I do not spend money on is full priced clothing. Now I say it like that because I don't mean that I don't buy brand new clothing. I just mean I don't spend money on full priced clothing. For my kids, we go to the thrift store a lot to get their clothes, or we get hand-me-downs. Family members' kids have outgrown things, so they send them over, and I mean, it works both ways. We send stuff off to family as well. So it works with friends too. I know I've talked about trading clothing and things with friends that are for your kids. So that's how we do that with our kids. I rarely buy them new clothing, but when I do, I still don't go full priced. I wait for sales. Now, my oldest is kind of, she's getting old enough that she really doesn't fit into a lot of things at Carter's. So I'm trying to find a good place to shop for her. If you know of one, let me know. But the rest of my kids, I shop at Carter's a lot, and I wait for them to have their 90% off clearance sale. Oh man, when they have those, we actually travel like 45 minutes away to the nearest Carter's, and I shop in the store even because it's just such a great deal. So I do that, or I wait for them to have a sale online and I buy things online and have them shipped. But I very rarely pay full price for clothing for anyone in my family, honestly. Myself, I will go to Poshmark on my phone and I shop Poshmark, and I've gotten some really nice things. My winter coat that I got actually when we were living in Kansas, and it was like really, really cold there. I got this really nice, brand new, tag still on it, Columbia brand jacket that had all these layers, and it had like their, whatever their thermal technology is that's in there. Like this is a nice ski coat type thing. And so I got that, and I paid a fraction of what it would be brand new at a store. So that's how I get a lot of my clothes, honestly, is on Poshmark now. They've got brands like The Loft and all kinds of things that I really like, but I don't pay full price for those. You can also wait around for a sale at the stores, and then I do shop Amazon for clothes as well, and I get really good deals on there compared to stores as well. So thanks for watching my video today on what I don't spend my money on. What is something that you used to spend money on and you don't spend money on anymore? I would really like to hear about that in the comments down below. I think it's always great to share ideas because we might either be reminded of something that we've forgotten about or get some brand new ideas or new ways of doing things. Please hit subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you want to see the rest of my Frugal Friday videos as they're coming out. I will leave the playlist for Frugal Fridays in the description box down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.